Hello, you guys. I am so excited for today. So She is Poetry Podcast, and I haven't recorded an episode in forever, and I was like, okay, if I'm gonna do an episode, I need a badass woman with me to do this. And we are here at her bookstore, and I will show you guys on my Instagram like how cute this fucking place is. When she opened this up, or when you announced it, it was like, what, last year?
Yeah, or like, I think like last summer.
I think so.
Like when I first posted on Instagram about it, but
yes.
like none of this was done. I like had just gotten the lease to the space, so.
And I saw like a little announcement. It was on like a little Facebook group. We live in Boise, Idaho, so it's not like a huge city. But I was like, shut the fuck up. This girl is coming with a romance and for the lover girls. And I'm so excited to have you here. This is Sami I'm so bad at names.
Haroin. It's a tough one. It's a lot of vowels.
So it's gorgeous though. It fits your bookstore. But she owns Hearts on Fire, and we're here to talk about romance, being a lover girl, having a bookstore, and just like yapping without our happy hour drinks. And we're just here to tell you all the things. Yeah. So tell me a little bit about you, Sami. Like, tell us about this bookstore first. Let's start there.
Okay. Well, like you said, the bookstore is called Hearts on Fire Books, and we're a romance only bookstore. But I do try to have some books that are like a little bit on the cusp of what a true romance is, just so everyone can find something in the store that they like. But it is mainly romance. And we opened about 2 months ago. So it feels like it's been 10 years, but it's only been about 2 mons.
That's insane. I feel like it's been 10 years.
I know, it does feel like it's been forever. I think it's just the road to get to open was so much work and a lot of work that I had never done before. So it was a big learning curve for me. But it was all worth it. I really love how it came together. I tried to do a really unique space that Boise doesn't have. And I think I accomplished that. I have a lot of people tell me that there's not a space like this in town and that they love coming here and just like sitting in the bookstore and
She's
reading.
so humble, by the way. You guys, she's blown up on TikTok. Not even from her doing anything, from like us doing all the things.
I know.
Because the girlies want romance.
They
the girlies
do.
want to be lover girls.
Yeah.
And that's why you created this.
Yeah, I think that's definitely a reason. I think it was a combo of things. So I'm formerly a CPA, and I worked in tax.
Wait, so you tried like corporate girly life?
Yes, for like 10 years. I was a tax accountant.
She was tired, and now she's like, I'll open up a bookstore.
Yeah.
So you can do your own taxes.
Yeah, which is lame. Like, I even have my husband who's also a CPA, so we're like a really exciting couple. He does all my books.
This is why they need the smutty books?
Yes!
Just like really like
yeah. I need to
turn it up.
Shut up. Yeah. I was like, will you do my books? Because I don't even want to do this. And he's like, yes. But like, because people are always like, oh, well, you can do all your own accounting. I'm like, but I don't want to do that anymore. So
no, you're like, I literally quit.
Yeah. So that was I just was feeling unfulfilled in my job. I think I was doing the career that I felt like I was supposed to do with, you know, just like outside expectations or like earning a salary. A lot of it was like money driven, you know, like I want that paycheck. And I thought I wanted to be the big like C-suite or corporate kind of person, and it was so exhausting. I liked certain aspects of it, like I liked the challenge, I liked the numbers side, like I feel I'm analytical in that way and have a logical side to me that job lent to, but I just got so burnt out. And I'm like, I don't want to do this anymore. Like for the rest of my life, thinking about that was so overwhelming. Yeah. And I'm like, no, I can't do it. So this was kind of like a fever dream idea that I had for like 2 years, and I was bouncing it off my friends who also read a ton of romance and just read a lot in general. And they were like, please do it for us. Please.
Do it for the girlies.
Yes. But it just took me a little while to take the first step, to quit a career I had been in for a decade. And that's kind of all I knew. And it was so scary. But I was like, I'm so happy I did it because I just feel really validated that I bet on myself.
Yes.
And granted, I have a lot of support in my friends and family and in the community too, which has been awesome. But it feels really good to see it physically here and like people coming in and enjoying it. It's been like the best feeling. Yeah.
And like you have this dream and you tried the corporate girly life.
Yeah.
And you're like, this is not it. And
No.
I've done that before where I owned this huge salon here and it was so successful. I had like 10 employees, like it was so good. Fairy Tale Lashes, first business, love her, shout out. But then I sold her because after the pandemic, I was like, what the fuck am I doing in my life? Like I loved it, but I was like, I want more romance. Like there's this softer side of me that's not so corporate or money hungry. And I was doing that for like 8 years, so it kind of started like the corporate Barbie world the same time you did.
Yes, yeah.
And like I feel like once you hit like this 7-year itch with it, you're like, what the hell? And you start questioning things. I was going crazy. I'm like, who the fuck am I?
Yes.
And then I started writing poetry again and getting back into romance. And I feel like that's like what the world needs right now is like the whimsical like places to just like be and find love. And like even the way that you decorated this, you guys, like all the little details where like I feel like we're missing that because everyone's just so go and there's no places where it's like, oh, like I can call this my third space or my home. And I felt like you really created this place not only for like books or for a business but for girly pops to come and be like, oh, I can sit and read here and it feels magical and it's fun and like we need more fun businesses.
Yeah, I agree. I think people are really craving authentic connection. And they're like tired of screens and, you know, work takes up so much of our life. I felt the same as you, where like, I'm just existing there 40 hours a week and like living for the weekend. But that's a lot of time of your life to spend doing that, like doing something that doesn't feel genuine to you. So yeah, I think you can see by the way that people come in and come back and want to revisit the space that people really want to connect over physical things like books. Even if you're a Kindle girly, that's okay too. Like people still
we don't shame.
No, that's okay. I have lots of Kindle accessories. They want to meet up in groups and they want to bring their friends here and talk about the books or the little cute tchotchke things or just hang out. It doesn't have to be book related, but I can see that people are really craving that and they're even going back to physical books or they're visiting their libraries more or they're just trying to get off screens. So I think it was a good time to open it, and I you know, like there's always trends in people's behaviors, but I'm hoping this one kind of sticks in that the space becomes like a hub in town where people consider going, like to hang out with their friends, or they're like, oh, where should we go this weekend? And I hope they think of my store to come and just hang out. You don't even have to buy anything. Like I just love having people in the space and like talking about it and appreciating it because I put a lot of work into it.
No, absolutely. And the detail, like you just thought of like I'm just looking around, like every little thing, like the colors, like you made it feel like we're not in Boise, Idaho. Like you made it feel magical and whimsical. And I feel like for me, if I go into a bookstore and if I just touch a book, it heals me, or like a part of me. So like you are creating like that touch point of like, just come and here's a space where you're welcomed, you are loved, and you can find love in every corner. And so like tell me also, because like we met up like a few months ago right when she opened at this beautiful event, Fall Into Fiction. I love those girlies. And I was like, hi, we're gonna be friends. Slightly aggressive. I'm like,
she was very direct and I was like, okay.
She likes it that way as well. And now we're here. I'm like, we're also doing a podcast. But then you came to me about a Galentines Day event.
Yes.
And I was so honored, but also like the fact that you want to facilitate this event and put it on and make about romance and poetry. Like, let's talk about the event just a little bit because I am so fucking excited.
Me too.
And if you guys are in Boise, Idaho, or in the area, or if you want to fly to come and see us, we would love that.
Come on down.
But like, tell me about like, I knew that you were thinking Valentine's Day. I'm honored that you thought about me. I want to talk about that too. But like, tell me about the event, everything.
Yeah, so it felt just kind of on brand to do a Valentine's Day thing or Galentines. And I wasn't really sure what I wanted to do. I'm like really new to the events side of things. But then after Fall into Fiction, I was like, well, I'm just going to reach out to her. That would
very
be
correct.
Yeah. But I appreciate that because there's a lot that I don't know, like that I'm still learning so much about, because I wear so many hats, as you know, like owning a small business. Like I'm not just buying books and selling books. It's so many other different things that I'm so new to. So if people who like in the area who do events or that are like literary adjacent, like I want to learn from them and like include them, and they have their own following and base and like so obviously I reached out to you, and you write beautiful romance poetry, so like it just goes hand in hand. It's just very natural that you would be here. Yeah. But I wanted to do something like more for the girlies. Like I like the idea of Galentines versus Valentines. I feel like some people get kind of sad on Valentine's Day when they don't have like a partner or whatever, or like it can feel overwhelming for whatever reason. So I just wanted to do a fun, like different event. I loved your little framed poems that I bought for you at that event, because like that's such a fun, cute idea, and like it's beautiful. And I wanted to do something where people could create, because girls love to craft and like yap at the same time. And I didn't want it to be super formal either. Like something casual where people could come in and just like be in the space, be with their friends, and create something to take home to remember the event by.
And like even like I'm thinking further, like you guys can give it to your daughters, like in the future, like pass it down.
Yeah,
like it's something to keep on forever. Like you're writing your own poetry for yourself. We're doing dried flowers and like. And going back also to celebrating with men, I have to talk about this because I've dated a lot of men. And we love men, okay? Yeah. But we love the girlies. Yes. And I've never had, like, men are great, they're fine. But, like, with the girlies, like, they fulfill me so much where I'm like, a man could never, and that's okay. And that's why we do Galentine's Day. Yeah. And the boys will always be there. Like, it's fine. They have a, you know, I could go on a spiel about that. But, but for the girlies, like, I feel like, as like doing this event, it's just including everyone, and it's saying like the table's open, there's a seat for you. We want you to be whimsical, we want you to be a lover girl, we want you to come and romance the hell out of your life and get some books to like also like intrigue your interest like with romance. And like I love reading a good romantic book, and I'm like wow. And even if it's something fantasy, I'm like, oh, I can make my life more whimsical. Yeah. Or like she said this, or like he said this to her, and like I was like, oh, I want that in my love. So it's like when you pick up a romance book, you're just picking out pieces of like, oh, I want that in my life. I want that. And I feel like that's what this whole event is about, is finding out what you love, what kind of love you want to bring in this year, whether it's like with relationships or stupid boys or girls, you know, but like you could create whatever life you want. And you, when you decided to leave your corporate Barbie job, you're like, I want a life that feels like romance. And now you created it with the bookstore, and now you're creating it with this event. Yes,
that's a really good way to put it. That like I feel so good. Like I'm stressed all the time, but it's like good stress. But I feel really good coming to my job every day and just feeling like this is super authentic to me, and it is whimsical and like romantic and all of those things. And I crave that in my previous career, and I want other people to feel that too. And I think, like you said, this event gives people that opportunity, even if just for 2 hours. I mean, that still is impactful. And yeah, I'm just really excited. I think it'll be really fun and something different. Like I didn't want it to be something super on the nose. I want the events to be original and engaging, and you know, for when people think about my shop and the events that happen here that are put on, that like, oh, those events are always so fun or beautiful or cool. I feel really good going to the events, and when I leave, I want to talk about it more with my friends. So I think that this event will definitely have that effect on people that come. It'll be really fun. And I have like the cutest setup. I have
She's
like
so
the
fucking
cutest
cute.
ideas.
Oh my god.
And I love hosting too, like in my house and stuff. So like that will translate into the event. So it'll be really beautiful.
Oh my god. If you were not married, are you married?
Yeah.
Right. If you were not married, I would wife you up. I'm like, poet in a romance bookstore girl, yes.
Yes, that was
Oh
a
my
power
god.
couple.
Oh, I'm like, if it ever fails, you can reach me.
All right, I'll have you on speed dial.
Yes. Oh my god, this has been like so fucking amazing. What was I gonna say? There was a thought on events. Oh, so I've done so many events. I've spoken in London. I've like all these crazy places. Thank you. And it was so good. And I think the biggest thing with events, especially for like someone who goes to events, obviously like I'm not an introvert, but I feel like if you come and if you just hold space and come and soak things up, you're gonna get something from it.
Yeah.
And I feel like if you guys are scared to do more events or come to events, like please just show up and do it. Like it can be nerve-wracking, but I promise, like women are amazing. Like this event's gonna be phenomenal.
Yeah.
And it's so good. Like you were talking about stress. Like it's good to be a little stressed out. Yeah. And, like in the best way possible. And I feel like right now the whole world is like, okay, how do we just de-stress and numb out? And truly, I believe like being a lover girl and being whimsical, like you have to take risks and you have to throw your heart out there. And like whether that's opening up a business or dating in or coming to our event, like it's good to have a little bit of stress and like edge in your life and like have that fire to be like, oh wait, I met like my new best friends at this Galentines Day event, or I got inspired to like write my first book or whatever it is. Just like your whole life is meant to just pick up little ideas and just to experience. Yeah. And I feel like you're in that right now, just experiencing the bookstore and the people and just everything. And I think that's what makes us so fulfilled as like whimsical lover girls is when we're just overflowing our cup with really good stress because we're able to tackle more and more things and we just get to learn. Yeah. And we get to play some more.
Yeah, I think that contrast is really important. Like, I keep talking about my last career, but like, it was easy to be complacent and just exist numbly, like you said, like being a robot. And some people, they love that consistency and that structure that a corporate job offers. I'm not hating on that for them. I'm hating on it for me because I didn't feel like that did anything
it didn't turn you on.
Yeah,
you know? It didn't turn you on.
It turned me off. Yeah,
it's like a boring book that says it's romantic, and you're just like, what the fuck is this? Like, no,
I did not want to finish that book.
No, and it's okay to not finish books.
Yes, that's like
or dates or anything. You don't have to finish.
You can literally do whatever you want, and I think that in itself is really romantic to just accept that idea. And it's so hard to accept that when you have pressures from like family or friends or loved ones, your partner, whatever, or society as a whole. Like our society is so focused on your career being your identity too, which I think can be so toxic because it's like, well, I have other things I like to do besides, you know, filling out this corporate tax return, doing like tax compliance. Like I don't especially love being here every day. And then on top of that, they expect you to like go to after work events or like networking stuff. And I'm like, I spend an appropriate amount of time with you guys. Like I spend more time with you than anyone else in my life.
You're like,
and like, so don't you have like a family you want to go hang out with? I do. So
I'm gonna say something so inappropriate, but it's my podcast, so it's gonna be great. I feel like women come to the time where they like truly change or transition, like that snapping point when they get so dried up. Like you're so dried up and you're like, I need more romance. I'm gonna do the whole bookstore, fuck it. And now you're just like, I am stressed because I get to like show up and do everything that I want. And it's like a soul orgasm where you're like, I get to sell books, romantic books.
That is such a fun term. Yeah.
And like now like you're like a good stress, but like it's after like, you know, every day you get to like come to your bookstore and sell the books.
That is exactly right. That you're explaining my experience to a T. Yes. And the stress thing is like, yeah, it can be overwhelming at times, but when you like accomplish something or learn something new, for me, it feels like I just feel really good. I don't know that I could do that. I'm like, it's like a build up thing of confidence in yourself where you're like, okay, like, yeah, I was really stressed about planning events or like collabing with people to do events with, and it's like scary, but then I did it and the reception was warm and positive and like, you know, so like I know I can do it again.
Exactly.
That's what like I try to focus on when I'm feeling like super overwhelmed or like, how do I do this? How do I like get an author to come here and do a signing or something? I'm like, okay, well, like I'm getting there and I know that I'll be able to figure it out. So the stress is good in that way, that you're like pushing yourself to learn new things, and like just the continuous betting on yourself is like, and that's such like I hear that on like really bro-y TikToks and like podcasts. Like that is not my vibe, but like bet on yourself. I'm like, but in a way, the one thing I would take from them is the bet on yourself mentality, but just don't say it in like a bro-y way. Like just trust yourself. Maybe I should say that.
I like that. Trust yourself, or have the confidence of a mediocre white dude and you can do anything.
Anything. It's true. Like I think about when I was sort of coming up with this idea and feeling really overwhelmed about like, how do I lease like a commercial space? How do I build a bookshelf? Like how do I do all this shit? Yeah, like my Google search history was insane. But then I think about a lot of other people in my life and the things they've done, and I'm like, and these aren't people that I necessarily like, but I'm like, yeah, they did a lot of things and they're not necessarily like the sharpest person.
Tool.
Yeah, so
the she-shed.
So I'm like, okay, I could definitely do this. And I feel like it was a constant circle of just like going through that cycle of like, oh, I don't know how to do that, and then reminding myself like, I've done a lot of hard things. Like I left my entire career, and like that kind of kicked me in the ass too, because like I'm the type of person where if I have a sort of backup plan, like it's hard for me to fully commit. So I was like, you just have to quit, and like you're gonna be so scared, but then you're actually gonna do stuff. So I'm like, well, I can't go back now. That would be so sad. So I have to like just hit the ground running, and like I know that I can make it happen, and it worked. Just having that bet on yourself mentality.
Bet on yourself. No, that's so true though, because I feel like, I don't know, when you start to accomplish more and more stuff, it's like, oh, like I didn't even realize I had like this capacity for all of this, or like, can I actually hold all of this and not crumble? And I want to also talk about like, for me personally, I don't believe in any bad feelings. Like being scared isn't a bad feeling. It's just your nervous system saying like, oh my God, here we go. Like, are we sure? In reality, like your heart's in it, and it's like, no, like I want to jump on this. And once you do, it's like you're building like a little pyramid of like all the shit that you can do. And for those of you, I go back to dating because like I learned so much from it. I ended a like 10-year engagement. Like I moved back to Idaho 2 years ago, full scent poetry, sold my salons, like kind of pulled even deeper with like, fuck this, like this is not my life anymore. And I just like remember taking like that bet on myself where I'm like, okay, like I have to recreate everything, and I was having so much anxiety, but at the end of the day I was like, wait, like I can do all of this. And then I started dating again. And I was like, wait, I really like guys who play guitar. And then I realized I just wanted to play guitar. So then I started playing guitar. I was like, oh, I don't like them anymore. I'm like, okay, I want a really rich guy. And I would date him. He would pay for $400 to take dinners. I loved it. And I was like, no, I think I just want to be rich again. Like, you know, like there's some things where you're like, oh, I'm attracted to this in this person. I maybe don't like this person, but I like this quality. I think almost like I want that too. It's like this mirror. And I feel like as a business owner, like you saw all these people doing these things and you took it, I was like, wait, I want that too. And it's not like a jealousy thing. It's just like you're opening up. Like, oh, my heart really likes that. I didn't even know that I could have that. And then once you have it, you're like, oh, what else can I have? Like,
yes.
And there's enough to go around. And then for me, like, I get hungrier where I'm like, what else can I do?
Yeah.
Like, and then you're doing events and like, you've only been open for 2 fucking months. So like, what are you going to do for the next 10 months of this
I
year?
know.
You know, like, and I'm so proud of you for doing that. And I wish I could tell every woman that because it takes so much guts to say, I'm gonna literally burn everything to the ground.
Yeah.
And now I'm stuck in this fire and I have to alchemize all this shit and I don't know what the fuck I'm doing.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna do it and I'm gonna listen to the bro podcast and then end up not listening to them because their advice is shit. But then realize that like we can do anything. And that's why we're here. We can be so whimsical, such a lover girl, and just like play around and like fuck around and find out kind of.
Yeah, definitely. I think too, as women, it's like there are such different expectations from society of like, well, you know, you should be at home, or like the pressure to be a mom, or like also have a family but also work. It's like all these like conflicting ideas is like super confusing and weird, and I hate it. And I hope that I had this one gal come in, she was like an older gal, and it made me so emotional because she's like, I love your store, and like I'm a big romance reader, and I just love seeing like a young woman like having her own business and like doing something she loves, and I hope that other little girls come in here and like see you doing this. And I was like, you need to leave because I'm gonna start crying.
Like, where's the tissues?
Yeah. I was like, oh, thanks. It was the sweetest thing, and but I didn't even like think of that as like a reality.
Yes.
But I was like, oh my gosh, yeah, I really hope that like other women, it doesn't have to be, you know, a little kid, but like women see that, look at all these fun things that other women are doing in lieu of other things happening in their lives, like you calling off an engagement and like moving and like reinvesting in yourself. Like you can do that at any time, even though
and multiple times.
Yes, over and over and over again. You can do whatever you want. And like I think a lot of people, but like mainly women, struggle with that perspective because they're always thinking of other people before them. It's like considering everyone else before them, which is just like this really annoying conditioned behavior.
And trying to do the right thing, which in reality there's no fucking right thing. It's just whatever you want to do, that's the right next best thing. Like, it's whatever your heart's telling you, and try. And if you don't like it, then you can find something else. And I love that too, because I didn't start realizing that like I became who I needed like as an 11-year-old like I just wanted to write and I wanted to be artsy, but then I was like, no, like I need to be more businessy, I need to look this part, I need to like and no one's gonna believe in me, and like I need to like be more corporate Barbie, like because there's no other way for like security or for me to feel confident. And then I start realizing, I'm like, oh, like every little thing that I do, like yes, it's for me, but the side effect is someone else is gonna see this and be like, wait, I want that too. And it could be this little girl that's like, I want to have a cute bookstore someday. I like reading and romance, and like and I, like, oh my, I want to dress whimsical, or like I want to be a poet, or like whatever. Like I feel like this is the new age of going back to like the artistic businesses and not just like being so formal or corporate Barbie. And like nothing against that, but like there needs to be space for whimsical shit. Yeah, and creativity and just more nuanced things and like experiential things. And the little kid thing, whenever people ask me, why'd you do the bookstore, I'm like, oh, it's like my little kid dream job. Like when you do those little quizzes or whatever, people ask you when you're little, what do you want to do when you grow up? And mine was like, I want to have a bookstore. It wasn't romance at that point, but like we got there. Weren't there yet.
We weren't there yet.
But you did it!
I know, and so that resonates with me, what you said about like kind of showing up for your younger self.
Yes.
And, like, I think as we get older, not that either of us are old by any means, but like
I do have some gray hairs. We're getting up there.
But like things that aren't meant for you like start to really like come to the surface, like with my job or like other things, like it starts to feel like you need to purge that and like really address it, versus like when I was younger and my like out of college and then going right into public accounting and like doing all the right steps, it felt like easier to suppress that and like be like, oh, it's just like a change and that's why it's stressful and that's why I don't like it. But really it was just like never meant for me, and it sucks that it took that long to be like, I'm so fed up with this and now I want to do what I actually want to do and like show up genuinely myself every day. But like it was also a necessary experience, I think, for me. I don't want to like say it was negative or that I would do it different,
but like it led to the point of a breakthrough. And like even though you fucking hated it and dried you up real good, got you to the point where you're like, I'm sick of this, there has to be something else. And I think like you have to get to that point where like you're kissing rock bottom at that point, and you're like, I'm done. And that's like the most beautiful time to change. And it's not like, yes, it feels like absolute shit while you're in it, but like looking back, it's like, thank God I was brave enough to get out of that hole, because then you just stay there and then you get comfy and then you're not really growing, you're like creating, and then you remain dry, and that's not fun.
You remain dry for the rest of your life.
Yes, so we need to be wet and whimsical, okay?
I need to write that down.
Like,
I need to write down, like, I'm thinking of little like display sections.
Like here.
Yes. And like my friend who is like so funny, she loves Monster Smut. And she said, what was one of them? She was like horny for horns. And I'm like, I want to do that so bad. Then you just have like a display of all of the horned characters, you know, like, are you hot for horns? Like, here's your section. But are you like wet and whimsical? That's so funny. It's like, I want to do really funny, like quirky stuff like that. But then also I get a little nervous because I never know what the, you know, people get offended sometimes. But I'm like, you're in, like, there's smut in here and you're in here.
Yes. And also, if you don't want to go to that section, you don't have to. And you can have a warning sign. Like, hey, if you like PJ cute romance, stay down here. Come to the attic if you like some wet and whimsical dirty shit.
Like a sign, like wet and whimsical this
or
way.
like 18 and up plus, or whatever, you know, like enter at your own risk. I think we need to stop. Here's my other unhinged opinion. We need to stop being so fucking sensitive for people. Like, okay, hold space for them. Like, I care about everyone, especially women and kids and everyone. Like, but also it's like, it's their decision to enter the store, to enter that shelf. Like, we don't have to coddle people. Like, let them make decisions and see, maybe they don't like it because they don't even know what it is, and then they open up a page and they're like, actually I love the horny what the hell for horns section. Like you have to taste things to see if you don't like it, and you can't judge people for eating it up if you've never tasted it before. That's my unhinged hot poet opinion.
I think that's valid.
So I think need to be less coddly, okay?
Okay, then I feel better pursuing those two sections.
I think you should. I know that I'm not a member of this bookstore. Well, I am.
Well,
I'm not in the council yet. I'm working my way up. But I say yes. My vote is yes.
Okay, perfect. It's just you and me, so that's 2 for yes.
Comment below.
No. Yeah, let us know what you guys think. But yeah,
hot and horny or whimsical.
Whimsical. But like, I have your little poem frame up here that's like, I'm here and I'm what as hell. And people come down and they're like, where'd you get that?
I'm
like, let me tell you.
QR code up there.
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
Because, and I have your other one down by my point of sale, and they're like, oh my God, I love this. Like, who is this? I was like, let me tell you. And I do my spiel, and they're like, oh my God, that's so fun. I love that. I'm like, here's her Instagram. Here's her website. Yeah. So people really love it. I think more than not, people enjoy this type of stuff, and they like quirky stuff, and they like funny, sexy things, but it's a matter of like, do they express that publicly? No. But I mean, I get a lot of people in here who didn't think that this niche like how to market really, and I was kind of unsure when I was opening what the romance demographic was like here, because it can, you know, lean conservative, and but then I remembered that a lot of conservative people and women love smut.
Yes.
And maybe I'll get some flack
Smut
for that.
does not discriminate.
But like, I get a lot of people in here who are like really religious, or like that other romance bookstore in Rigby that has like a huge Mormon population.
Yeah.
They're super popular, and I'm like, it's not that big of a deal.
Yes, and it's not a bad thing. And
No.
every person loves romance. Okay.
Yeah, it doesn't even have to be like smut. It's like, and that's like a weird, not weird, but like a misinformed conflation that people make. Like, I had a guy come in here and he's like, oh, this is just all smut. And I'm like, well, it's a romance bookstore, so there's romance, and then there are more erotic like options upstairs in the wet and whimsical section. Yes. But like, it's just, and that's another reason why I wanted to open, because I feel like the romance genre gets such bad flack, and for being like frivolous or like this whole anti-intellectualism conversation that I see. And I'm like, I think every genre of literature or books, whatever, has an example of like a frivolous or like, you know, dumb book, whatever you want to call it.
Yes, 100%.
So it's not specific to romance, but like with a lot of things, if women enjoy it in the masses, then it's like labeled as frivolous or like
or dumb, or like dumb. That's not really reading.
Yeah.
When in reality, like, I've read a lot of self-help books, like, and I love them. But it came to the time when like I read so much of them where I believed that I was a problem, so I needed the next book to fix me. And this was like before my breakthrough, like with ending my ex and coming back. Like, I was looking for the answer to fix me. But in reality, I was so good, I just wasn't happy. Yeah. But I thought it was, my mindset, or the way that I do this, or my habits, and like, fuck, all I needed was a goddamn dirty, slutty book in my hand to be like, no, I want this, bye! Like, that's all that I needed. Yeah. But I was so into like, I need to find what's wrong with me. And I feel like people, like, they look at books and they're like, oh, well, that's too girly, and I need this instead. Like, it's just, let the women read. Yeah,
and why is girly bad?
Yes,
Why is that bad? Like, maybe reflect on that. Like, I don't understand. I understand, you know, how that mindset comes to be, but like, you should be challenging that. Like, that's weird behavior. And a lot of the books in here are, you know, not all of them are like super complex, and a lot of them are like, and are beautifully written and write relationships so intimately and beautifully, and some of them write them really cringy and on the nose, and there's like, so there's like, the genre has a lot of depth, and I don't think people realize that either. They come in, they're like, I didn't know romance had this many books, like this many options, and I'm like, yeah, it does.
I also feel like that's people saying, I didn't know that the world could be this romantic. I didn't know that the world could offer this kind of romance, this many options for romance. And I feel like that's what we've lost as a society, is like all the options for love and romance and sex. Like, there's so much out there, and like these books are just opening up your eyes for like what could be, and like being able to be more whimsical and like creating this life into your own cute little fantasy.
Yeah, I love that. I think that people can find themselves in a lot of the books here, and that's really powerful and emotional and just like self-fulfilling. I don't know, I think it's just the most fun, and that's why I love to read, because I love to read about a relationship and be like, I feel like this has representation of my relationship with my friends, or like my husband, or whoever, and
or your
like,
past lovers.
Or my past lovers.
We love your husband, okay? But like, you know, remember that time in high school or college? Like, we love them for that.
Exactly. Yeah, so it's very, very fun to just help people, you know, pick a book and see them light up, or come back in and be like, I loved that book and here's why. And do you have any other books like that? And trust me with that.
Yes.
It's like the coolest feeling to have someone love a book that I recommended in a book that I also love, because I might take it personal if you're like, I didn't like it. I won't say it to your face because that would be mean, but I'd be like, okay.
Great.
Okay. That was like my favorite book ever.
Like weird, but whatever. We read 2 different books, I guess.
Yeah, reading is so subjective. Like, everyone has strong opinions about like the romance genre in general too. I feel like the readers are like especially feral in a good way.
Yes.
And like have the authors that they love or the tropes that they love. So, or like the subgenres that they love to stick to. And so whatever your opinion is, that's valid.
Yes,
Yeah.
we celebrate it here. You might be wrong, but that's okay. We still love you. Wait, okay, so what you're saying is we're changing the world of one romance book at a time?
Yes.
Okay, that is our mission statement for this podcast. Thank you for tuning in for our first council meeting.
Yes. Adjourned.
Oh my god. Okay, so lastly, how can people find you? I'll put it in the notes too, but like your website, name, Instagram, and then like what books are you reading right now too?
Yeah, website and Instagram are good. That's probably like the most, the things I update the most. I'm trying TikTok, but oh my god, it's really hard.
Let us do it. You have people, it's us.
Oh yeah, and thank you for everyone who made a TikTok, because I struggled so hard to make one. I felt like a super boomer, and you guys doing that. I love seeing all of the videos too, and what you guys like about the space.
Yes.
It makes my heart very full, so thank you to everyone who did that.
You just bring the books, and we'll do the cute girly content.
Okay,
Let the girls
I can
be
do
girls.
that. Yes, I love the support. What I'm reading right now, well, my favorite book of last year was The Night and the Moth by Rachel Gillig, which has been really popular. It was so... I love any books that have like a gothic-y, spooky, moody setting.
Love.
And it had just like a sickening love story, and the guy in it was, you know, so beautiful and just...
I'm just gonna cry. Oh my god, where's the tissue?
I love that author because I feel she writes really imagery heavy, and I like to imagine what's happening in my head as I read, and I feel like her characters, including the side characters, are complex and not just there to move the plot along. Like there's a gargoyle side character. It sounds so weird, but like it was so sweet and just funny and different. And her second book's coming out in September for that series, so I can't wait to read it. That was my favorite book of last year. And right now I'm reading, oh god, what's it called? I'm reading Exit Lane, which is an 831 Stories book by Erica Vrunick. I might be saying that wrong, sorry.
That's okay, we love you, Erica.
Yes. I'm loving that one. The other one I'm reading for the Hopeless Romantics book club by Old Speak. I don't know why I can't think of the name. Oh shit.
Old Speak, we love you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. There's too many books to
Yes.
read.
It's a sapphic
You should
romance
have a
love
book club
story.
here.
I do. I have 2 that I just announced. So
Under a rock. Oh my god. Okay. So she has book clubs too.
Yes.
I did not know this.
That's okay. I like just figured them out. Another thing I'm learning.
Love. Oh my god.
So, but yeah, those are the 2 that I'm reading. I'm trying to be able to read more because the past few months have been like so busy. People are like, "What are you reading?" I'm like, "Actually, I haven't read a book in like a month." So I'm a fraud.
I'm sorry.
So,
like I actually haven't read anything
yeah,
in the bookstore.
Yeah, I actually can't read. So, but yeah, I'm trying to read out of my preferred subgenre, which is romantasy, because I love fantasy. I'm trying to read more contemporary, more queer books, because that section has been so popular, which is so fun and unexpected. And I'm really happy that people are enjoying that. And then I'm trying to get more into dark romance too, which I've dabbled in. But this is also a really popular one, which I'm like, interesting.
What is Louisiana? You're a conservative, are you sure? Lies.
Yes,
The
lies.
receipts say no.
So yeah, it's been fun to see what people buy the most and what sells and what people are enjoying. But yeah, that's those are some of my reading goals and what I'm reading.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I feel like we could keep talking. I feel like we need wine. And
Yeah.
like a 3-hour episode, and we
Yeah.
need you guys to come to the Galentines Day event to continue this conversation.
Yeah, see, this is what you could be experiencing
Yes,
at our
this,
event. Yeah.
all of this.
Just
And then
feral
the books are
chaos.
just a bonus at this point.
Exactly.
Well, thank you so much
Thanks
for
for having me.
Oh my